just want to say thank you for everyone, and God bless everybody for coming today. How privileged am I and Jody to have a beautiful family, and it's an extended family, and it's all of you guys, and I just want to say thank you for all that. My lovely little girl, I love you so much. You're just so beautiful. Your effort today just shows who you are, you know, the fine little details, my little face on my tie. Everything from this morning, it was just amazing, and I just want to say thank you for being my daughter and accepting me as your father. So thank you, gorgeous. I'm not going to be too long because, like last night, I found out I just had a sneak peek at Jody's speech, so I will tell you, get up, go to the toilet, come back, grab some snacks, right? Because you're going to need it, okay. Sam, I just want to say thank you. You're just a beautiful person, and I see the love that you have for my beautiful daughter. I know she will take care of you, Sam. You're beautiful, and I just love you too. To John and Fee, thank you as well for joining our family and we joining your family. It's been a privilege. I'm not going to say any more because I'm going to take this away from Jody. So thank you again, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
All right. It is a little long, and I am sorry. I was told to cull it. I tried. There's blue lines and...
And I don't lie.
All right. I must set the scene. I walk to centre stage, spotlight aims directly on me. Today's stage is a wedding reception. Good evening, everyone. This is my audition, not for Mother of the Bride. I've already been living that role, but for something much harder. Tonight I'm auditioning for the role I've been preparing for my entire life. A parent who lets go but never stops loving. A mother who is letting go and doing it with pride, gratitude and love. I auditioned for the role of her mother all those years ago, and somehow I got cast. It's been the greatest role of my entire life. I've spent years preparing for this part. I've studied every line, rehearsed all the hard scenes, improvised the message ones, and let's be honest, winged more than a few and tried not to forget my cues. I know this main character well. She's been in rehearsals with me every day for 26 years, and she is without a doubt the role of a lifetime. And let me tell you, this is the role I never wanted to end because she's been my greatest scene partner that I've ever had. Her name is Paris, and tonight she steps into a whole new role, leading lady, obviously, but also partner, wife and co-star of a brand new musical written hand in hand with her co-star, Sam. We will get to him in a moment. As her parent, I've spent a lifetime watching her one half of this couple, my daughter, become who she is and who she continues to become. There are moments in life when words feel too small for the feelings in my heart, and this is certainly one of them. But I'm going to try because, Paris, you deserve to know how loved you are and how important you are to all of us here tonight. But before we jump into the next act, I want to say a couple of really important things. To every person in this room tonight, thank you. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but I believe we've had continents on our side. We've been blessed with a huge circle of people who have helped shape them both, across countries, cultures, family, deep bonds, neighbours, singing teachers, mentors, ballet teachers, educators, work colleagues and friendships. You've each helped shape Paris and Sam into the incredible humans they are. They have a network of love to carry them through. To all those who have walked beside Paris and Sam, whether you've been here for a purpose, a season, a late night phone call or a lifetime, you have each played a poignant role or moment in their lives. There are some in this room who have treated Paris as they would their own daughter, showered her and loved and spoilt her. Whether you facilitated her once in a lifetime Taylor Swift experience and you know who you are, or helped that put her back together on her darkest of days. Whether you've been a steady presence or a single kind word in a tough moment. To all of you in this room, thank you. Thank you for being our village and helping Serge and I and John and Fiona raise these two extraordinary people. As we celebrate their love tonight, please know that this is your moment too, and we are especially proud of the whole cast that surrounds Paris and Sam. You are an important part of the story and we thank you. Before we go into anything deeper into the next act, let me pause to say this. As proud as we are of Paris tonight, we are equally proud and grateful for our sons and daughter-in-laws and precious grandchildren. We've been blessed with two beautiful sons, each good, hearted, strong and kind and wonderful in their own right. Seeing them with their equally wonderful wives and babies and welcoming 3.5 beautiful precious grandbabies, they've been our greatest joy. And tonight, as we celebrate our daughter and new son-in-law, we also celebrate the family that have made her, raised her and shaped her. As parents, we couldn't be prouder of the family we've built, each child so different, yet each one an irreplaceable part of our story. Yes, tonight is about Paris and Sam, but it's also about family and how full and whole and deeply it feels tonight. To our sons and daughter-in-laws who complete our family with laughter and love, and to her always, this is the evening as they've watched their sister shine in the spotlight. I see how deeply they love her. You've watched her become this fierce, smart, compassionate, hilarious and determined woman. And before we get to the leading lady, Sam, you are a good man, and good men don't just happen. They are raised. So tonight we raise a glass to your wonderful parents, Fiona, John and also Gazy. Thank you for raising the man of our daughter's dreams and a man who is good enough for her. From the start, it was clear you are remarkable people who have raised an extraordinary son. The love, wisdom and values you have nurtured in him are evident in the wonderful person he's become. Thank you for raising a son who is kind, respectful, thoughtful, grounded and full of heart. Someone who can step into our daughter's life and become her safe place, her equal and her home. And now let's talk about the star of tonight's show, the leading lady, the bride, our daughter Paris. When I was pregnant after 2 boys, I prayed for a healthy daughter. I imagined a sweet little angel with bows and pink dresses. I pictured tea parties and makeup sessions. Then you were born, a little odd looking. With a head of black hair unlike your 2 blonde brothers. I did think to myself, oh no, something's not quite right with her. I thought to myself, this is what happens when you wish too hard. But it turns out you were perfectly healthy, just dramatic from day one. I soon realised I hadn't included the prayer's fine print, maybe like a daughter who doesn't argue like a lawyer, swear like a sailor, or do many of the unsavoury things that she absolutely refuses to allow me to share tonight. Next time I make a wish like that, I will remember to include the user manual and return policy. From the moment she entered our lives, Paris stole the show. She was born a star, bright, bold and curious, and she lit up our world. I knew when I held her for the first time she was special. What I didn't know was that something even more beautiful would happen, and she would grow to become my very best friend. Paris, thank you for letting me be both your parent and your confidant. Let me take you to the hardest scene in our shared story. That came when she left the family nest to study musical theatre in Brisbane. I knew when I dropped her off and I hugged her goodbye, I wasn't just leaving her at a new address. I was leaving her at the edge of her own stage. She was stepping into her spotlight. Saying goodbye was heartbreaking. I cried a lot. Walking away from you that day was like leaving a piece of myself behind. Flying back to Melbourne, that day felt like someone had taken the script and torn out the last page. But it turns out it wasn't the end, it was just a new act. I thought to myself, is she ready? But I quickly realised you were more than ready. It was me who was not. You built your own life, made wonderful friendships, worked hard, stood tall and independent. That's when I knew I hadn't just raised a daughter, I'd raised a bloody force. Through every act, every scene, joy, triumph and heartbreak alike, Paris has shown resilience that deserves a standing ovation. She has a big heart big enough to carry others through storms, a spirit that lifts everyone around her and a soul that is generous as it is strong. Paris has the ability to pour herself into people and bring out the best in them and has a smile that radiates a room. She's resilient. I've seen her navigate challenges, rejection and disappointment, and each time she has risen stronger and kinder and more passionate than before. She has a strength that can light the way for anyone walking beside her, and now she has found the absolute perfect partner to walk beside. Now I need to take a brief intermission for the act called the Bank of Mum. Now, for those who are not familiar with the Bank of Mum, let me give you a little backstory. Let's talk about budgeting, or do we, Paris? Yes, we have to acknowledge one of the longest running plot lines in our household, the adventures of Mum's credit card. Truly a performance of financial creativity with a whole subplot of its own. You see, once upon a time, Paris had a talent for magically charging things to my credit card or PayPal. I'd get mysterious alerts and texts from the bank, to which I would then text her. Without fail, I would get a reply. Oh my God, Mum, I literally have no idea how that happened again. I'll fix it. OMG, all capitals. Sorry, Mum. There were many, many transactions, but to highlight the scene, I've chosen just a few. 14th of the 6th, 2021, 3:09 p.m. Did you order something from Uber, Paris? OMG. Did it go to you? What the heck? Yes, I did. From the cheesecake shop. Me. What for? Me and Sam. $65 for cheesecake? Yeah, for John and Gazy too. 3rd of the 3rd, 2023, 4:16 p.m. Hey, Darl, did you charge something to my credit card? Silly Mum, yeah. I had to use your card today for the taxi and the Uber. They were stupid expensive. $160 to get there and $100 and something back to the airport with an angry face emoji. But my phone wouldn't tap for the taxi and I didn't have my card to use for my details or for the Uber. Sorry, but my headshots look great. 22nd of the 1st, 2024, 12:37. Paris, did you Uber? All capitals. OMG, not again. Yes, I did, to work. I swear, I'm just bloody dumb. Sorry. 18th of the 5th, 2024, 1:17 p.m. Paris, did you use Uber? OMG, sorry, again in capitals. I don't know why this keeps happening. Oh, by the way, I ran over the dog again. He seems okay, but please keep an eye on him. I think it was just his tail this time. Cue the suspenseful music, then nothing. Yet the charges kept coming until one night I heard her dad ask, Paris, did you use Mum's card for that Uber? And she goes, with a shrug and a smile, absolutely, of course I did. Like I'm not a person, like I'm an institution. No shame, no hesitation, just pure daughterly confidence. The Commonwealth Bank of Mum. Then the plot twist. Fast forward to the more adult version of Paris, she gets her own Amex card. And this wasn't just any credit card, this was a points machine, a honeymoon funding weapon. And suddenly she's like, Mum, can you put everything on the card? And I mean everything, Mum, on my card. Groceries, wedding expenses, lunches, shampoo, toilet paper, your new mop, everything. I need those points. And then my favourite part, every month I would receive a formal breakdown from Paris, itemised, categorised, basically an invoice from her to me. We almost received pie charts, tables, spreadsheets of what I owed her. Oh, the irony. Meanwhile, back in the Uber PayPal days, we got confusion, accidental purchases and lots of, oh my God, Mum, I'm sorry. How the tables have turned, growth and Paris maturity style. But jokes aside, her love of Uber, PayPal, Amex points, Paris has found her co-star, her scene partner for life, our groom. I knew of Sam as a classmate of Paris's, who first made his impression on me as one of the worst singers I have ever heard in my life. But I did give him kudos for being courageous enough to take on a lead role in their school musical. Then I officially met him and had the chance to evaluate him as one of Paris's friends at her 18th costume dress-up party. On the surface, this interaction was pleasant, until it quickly came to my attention that Lumberjack Sam was saying very inappropriate and questionable things about what he fantasised doing to my sweet, innocent High School Musical cheerleader daughter. So when Paris came to tell me that she had invited that Sam over for dinner one evening, He came, ate, and then proceeded to vomit immediately following dinner. I didn't know what to think. My concerns were definitely unfounded. To Sam, last page, the man who shares her stage. Sam, I've been watching you from the wings. I see the way you look at her, the way you make her laugh. You love and anchor her through her best and her worst, and I see how safe she feels with you. The way you hold her steady, the way you bring joy and calm in equal measure. Sam, today I give you the best gift I can. I give you the gift of my beautiful girl. Sam, you're not just marrying our daughter, you are marrying my best friend. Treat her like the script of a masterpiece with care, passion, respect and love, and she will give you the performance of a lifetime in return. I hope you enjoy growing old with her as much as I did growing up with her. Thank you for loving her as much as we do. Thank you for loving her in the exact way she deserves to be loved. Remember, no matter where life takes you both, we'll always be here for you, cheering you on every step of the way. You have our heart's love and blessings now and forever. You've married an absolute powerhouse. Take care of her heart. It is the most genuine one that I know. Sam, calm, sweet, talented, clever, warm-hearted, who also thinks he's really funny. And let's be honest, he kind of is. I say thinks because every time I turn my back, he's shadowboxing me. Throwing fake punches in the kitchen when he thinks I can't see him, like he's auditioning for Rocky VII Mother-in-Law Showdown. I'll be chopping vegetables and there he is throwing jabs in the background like I'm the villain in an action movie or like he's training for a middleweight championship. One day, Sam, you are going to misjudge your distance and I will collapse to the floor mid-chop with Oscar-worthy flair just so I can say I told you so. So tonight I pass the role of scene partner on to you with no regrets, only love, pride and gratitude. A heart bursting with thanks because she's not just in good hands, she's actually in the right hands. I've had the honour of the first act, now I get the best seat in the house, watching you both write the next one. Will your marriage be a drama, a comedy, maybe a little of both, but the beautiful thing is now you're the directors, the writers and the stars. You get to choose the tone, the rhythm, the ending of every chapter. May each of you be each other's favourite scene. You now get to write the entire script. You both get to build it, shape it and bring it to life. But before I close, there is one more person more worthy of a standing ovation tonight. Paris's dad. My husband, the father of the bride, the man beside me. In fact, the feet is over there. This man has always said, I will walk my daughter down the aisle, but don't you ever ask me to give her away. He believed it should have been Sam's dad giving him away because there was no way he was giving up his little girl, and he didn't. He walked her into the next chapter of her life with honour and a full heart because giving away implies loss, and what we feel tonight is abundance. To my beautiful husband, I'm not looking at you, I've cried enough. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all you've sacrificed, for being our quiet anchor, our strength, for the family you've built, the real star of the behind-the-scenes crew. Thank you for everything you've provided, protected and loved into being. You have shaped our sons into the men they are, and the impact you've had on me and our daughter and on all who know you is immeasurable. Tonight you watched the last of our babies get married, and I know your heart is full. Tonight we gather at the edge of two stories, one that has been unfolding since a pair of tiny hands reached for mine, and another that now begins with two hands reaching for each other. Tonight we officially welcome Sam to the family, but let's be honest, if I'm already washing your dirty underwear and dodging your imaginary punches, you're already way too comfortable and thus entrenched in this crazy family already. Before I end, Paris and Sam, Deanna, can you get the gift bag next to Paris and Sam's table and give it to them, and then I'll tell her what it is. Paris and Sam, earlier today, when you were pronounced husband and wife, with Deanna's help, we took note of the time. It was 4:57, and that's when we decided to stop time for you two. This clock has no batteries because the time on it will never change. It represents the exact moment in your life that will always stand still. If times ever get frustrating or uncertain, take a look at this clock and remember how you felt at this exact moment. Life moves way fast, but I hope this clock always brings you back to the joy and the love you feel today. So please raise a glass to new acts, to family, to love, to our incredible sons and daughter-in-laws, to the brothers beaming with pride, to Paris. the woman who has made me the proudest mother alive. You'll always be my little girl, and I want you to remember that no matter where life takes you, you'll always have a place to return to. This house, this family, your home will always be here for you. Whether it's for comfort, a quiet moment, a warm cuddle, or simply a reminder of who you are and where you come from, our door is always open. You will never outgrow our love, just as you ran into my arms when the world felt too big. Know that those arms are still here and ready if you ever need them. To Sam, the groom who shadow boxes with Flair and now shares her stage. To their future, a love story they get to write, direct and star in. So break a leg or two to Paris and Sam. May you have a life of bliss, and may your life together be a masterpiece. You never stop painting. I love you.
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Fiona, the very proud mum of the gorgeous groom, Sam. Before I begin, I just want to say that my two boys, Sam and Josh, are my entire world. They are my greatest achievement and the absolute joy of my life. Watching them grow into the incredible men that they are today has been my proudest journey. And while today is such a happy occasion, seeing Sam marry the love of his life, I have to admit there's a tiny, tiny part of me that feels a little sad that my little man isn't so little anymore.
Probably quite timely.
That my little man isn't so little anymore and doesn't want to have mummy and Sammy days anymore. However, in saying that, more than anything, I am just so grateful that he's found someone as wonderful as Paris to share his life with. I would firstly like to thank everyone for being here tonight to celebrate Sam and Paris. It means a lot to have everyone here together. It is not often that you have your whole family and all those special people that mean so much to you in the one room, unless it's a funeral or a wedding. So I am so glad we are here to celebrate a happy occasion. From the day Sam was born, he has been the apple of my eye. He had a tough start to life. He had one very possessive brother who had been home with mum for 2.5 years and didn't like the idea of sharing her with anyone. However, Sam's forever calm and easy nature made him the perfect brother for Josh. Sam has always had a calming effect on me. I could take him anywhere and he would just be happy. It's not very long, I've just got it in huge font because I'm blind. He would be so happy to have something to eat and drink, and nothing has really changed. He still is quite into his food and his red wine. I felt so guilty that I had to return to work when he was only 10 months old, and I cried every morning for weeks as I drove down that ring road. Sam never required any real discipline. I would simply raise my voice slightly and his bottom lip would tremble, and he would announce he didn't like it when I spoke to him in that angry voice. He loved reading, and I suppose it is no shock that he has become an English teacher. He was always a really popular little boy in both kinder and primary school, and attracted little friends who would truly become obsessed with him. Finally, he went off to St Helena and not only found some lovely friends who are here tonight, but met the lovely Paris. For those of you who don't know, Sam was a budding actor and a performer at one time, and although he wasn't the best singer, sorry, Dal, he was a fine actor, and he didn't mind putting himself out there, including some rather passionate moments on stage. Paris and Sam were both in Rent the Musical at St Helena. However, Sam had a girlfriend at the time, and the forever loyal boy that Sam was wouldn't even think about betraying that particular girlfriend. Fortunately, they broke up, and Sam and Paris went to see a musical together, Come From Away, and things just blossomed from there. From the moment we met Paris, it was easy to see why Sam was so completely smitten. She has a way of grabbing your attention, warm, full of life, and a real go-getter. Not much longer, I promise. Between her musical theatre sparkle and her amazing business sense, she is proof that you can be both glamorous and grounded at the same time. Sam and Paris's journey had only just begun when Paris had to return to Brisbane to complete her musical theatre course. And when she finally finished and they survived COVID, Sam then took up a position at Numurkah Secondary College, 2.5 hours away from home. They obviously survived all the separations, FaceTime calls and trips to Brisbane and Numurkah, and really complement each other. Such a perfect balance. Sam, steady and thoughtful, Paris, vibrant and fearless. He listens, she advises, and together they just work. When you see them together, you know that they are meant for each other. The way they look into each other's eyes, the way they laugh together, and the way they support each other's dreams. So tonight, as we celebrate the wonderful new chapter, I want to say how grateful we are that Sam has found someone who brings out the very best in him, and that Paris has found someone who will love, protect and cherish her for life. To my son and beautiful new daughter-in-law, may your days be full of laughter, your home full of music, Sam on the piano and Paris singing, and your hearts always grateful and kind for what you both have. I'm nearly there, it's like a tiny paragraph. Just before we raise our glasses, I would like to thank the Valentino family for all their support and love that they have given my son. I will be forever grateful. Please raise your glasses to Sam and Paris, the perfect duet. Thank you. Would you like to say anything, Sir John?
No, it'll be short and sweet, Sam. You know I'm not big on this, but just know we love you both and always will, and that's it. Where's Jody? Where's Jody? Jody, for the record, I did not get any cheesecake.
I am so sorry for what I'm about to do here. It was all really lovely up until about 10 seconds ago. Pardon? Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, but I'd especially like to thank Serge Valentino and John Bliss for coming 26 years ago, because there'd be no wedding to celebrate without the both of you. All right, good response. We're on. Let's go. While I was not specifically asked to do a speech, no one stopped me when I declared I was doing one, which is dangerous given the brutal and no-holds-barred approach to humour we have in the Valentino family. My name, for those who are new to a Valentino, or should I say Bliss gathering, is Michael, and I am Paris's better-looking, less bald, bigger schlong favourite oldest brother. I will say my wife curated this beforehand and she's added shit to this, so that part was not it. Before we get into what I've been referring to as the roast of Paris Valentino, I'd like to say how absolutely beautiful Paris is. Not just today, but always, but especially today. Paris and Sam, the effort you've put into this event has been absolutely astounding. While this day has been carefully organised and so elegant, I had the pleasure of peeking behind the curtain to see both the chaos and tremendous effort that you both have put into this evening, from personalised messages to adjustments made for your spicy little nieces and nephews. It's been amazing, and I want to thank you both, so thank you. To the bridesmaids, especially Michael, you look stunning this evening. And to the groom's boys, you're all looking extremely well endowed, especially you, Lachlan, so good on you. Paris and Sam's love for one another is absolutely unquestionable. How I can say that with such confidence? Allow me to share some quintessential Paris stories with you, and I ask that you to bear in mind that Sam was privy to all of this information before asking Paris to marry him. And I know what you're thinking. Paris would probably fart rainbows and sprinkles, but unfortunately for you all, you wouldn't know the half of it. Of course, Naj laughs at a fart joke. Yeah. For context, and to set the scene, in our family, no topic is taboo, no joke too dark. Sex, drugs, and Donald Trump are all discussions on a Friday night dinner for us Valentinos. Our sort of humour is when your nan asks you to send her a website link to the latest photos of the grandchildren, and instead you send her a Pornhub link for a laugh. So I'll share with you some instances that I think expresses Sam's love, dedication, and commitment for our stunning bride Paris and my sister. Disclaimer, all of these stories are true, accurate, and exact representations of experiences relating to Paris Bliss. There has been no creative license taken or delusions of grandeur pertaining to these stories. These are their stories. During COVID, it was documented in numerous studies that over 84.5% of people openly admit to picking their nose. Which means at least 120 people in this room would admit to picking their nose, and the rest of you are all liars. What those, classy, 120 people wouldn't admit to doing is once they've picked their nose, that they would then proceed to wipe their boogers on the side of their Toyota Yaris Cross fabric seats for 6 months straight, so when your lovely and unsuspecting brother borrows your car, he discovers a legitimate booger on booger mountain and white marks from wet snot. He puts his hands down the side of the chair to find his phone. When asked about the Mount Booger, Paris nonchalantly explained that it was her booger spot and questioned where else she would possibly put them. The only thing that prompted Paris to eventually clean this was not hygiene concerns, but the fact that she was trading her car in and didn't want the embarrassment of the dealer discovering the stockpile booger mountain on the side of a fabric seat. I'll do you one better. It's so nice to speak just before. Do you ever get out of a nice hot bath or shower and pop yourself down on the floor wrapped up in a nice fresh towel? Allow your body to, decompress from the temperature change? Yeah, normal thing to do. What isn't normal is to take the towel, pop it on the floor, get the urge to pee, and instead of walking 3 steps to the toilet, just piss on the towel. Not once, twice, 3, 4th or 5th times, over 5 times in a row? Yeah, probably not an accident, man. To make it worse, you let your poor old mum discover the washing, fold and re-deliver the pissed on towels back to your bedroom, and when mum notices the pissed on towels, you blame the dog. Not sure of love as Sam's love yet? Well, the commitment? Final story. Picture this. You're sitting in your car outside a COVID vaccination centre with your new brother-in-law Josh and your now husband Sam. But unfortunately for you, and really unfortunately for Sam, you really need to take a shit. Damn, what will you do? Option 1, you could go to the vaccination centre, explain the situation, find a toilet. Sounds legit. Option 2, you could go bush. Plenty of gum trees in the area. Option 3, find a toilet near the centre. I mean, you could even get Sam to message Josh telling him that you've run up to McDonald's. So many options, right? Or, what you could do is take option 4. Option 4, find a Krispy Kreme dozen original glaze box in the boot of your car and take a shit, close the lid, spray a shitload of Lush air freshener, close the lid. Hope Sam and Josh do not realise the smell of your newly created Krispy Kreme shit donut in the box. When I most recently brought this up with Paris, she went so far as to even describe the shit in question as not a good shit, which really should help the imagination. The stories are honestly endless, but I've been banned from telling you the cancelable ones, so I'll leave it there. I got a certain list of rules of things I'm allowed to say. I can swear, I can say whatever I want. Certain words off target, you see? What I can tell you is that my siblings are my best friends. And Paris, as your older brother, it's been a pleasure teaching you, mentoring you, watching you absolutely conquer every single thing you've tried in life. I've adored watching you and Sam become aunties and uncles. You're the only person... There's no kids. You're the only person that can smile in a customer's face, then turn your back and call them, and I quote, an old pedophilic sister fucking cunt. Turn back, staple your business card to a brochure and tell them, have an awesome day, you'll be in touch soon. You're a marvel and I'm grateful to be in your life. Sam, welcome to the chaos. I don't have to tell you to look after my sister because I know that you are a little bitch who will bow to every whim Paris desires welcome to the family and buckle up, fucker.
Dearly beloved, I am Brayden, Paris's man of honour, which, yes, is exactly as fabulous and dramatic as it sounds. No, I am not her maid of honour. Paris's room is a fucking mess, and I don't want that honour. But all jokes aside, the best day of Samuel Bliss's life is the day that I realised I was gay. Because I can assure you, if any part of me was heterosexual, Sam, you would not stand a fucking chance against me. Because Paris is my best friend, and it is one of the greatest honours of my life to be standing here beside you as you enter this new chapter of your life. And my life as well. Sorry, Sam, you married me too. You've always got to check the terms and conditions before you sign on the dotted line. And that's a PSA to future Crusader Caravans customers. You will not get your deposit back. Just so you know. Okay, so Paris and I met many, many, many years ago through music and chaos, as most good stories start. We were doing High School Musical, and before I even saw her, I heard her voice. Loud, powerful, and completely unfiltered. And then she turned around and gave me this dramatic, "Hoi!" And honestly, I just knew this one's going to change my life. Even before I really knew you, your presence was unmistakable, vibrant, hilarious, and full of heart. From that moment on, Paris, you've been my person. Whew. We've seen each other through absolutely everything. The highs, the lows, and all the messy, hilarious bits in between. Paris isn't just a friend who shows up. She's the friend who storms in, fixes everything, brings snacks, tells you it is okay to shit in your car if you're really desperate. She makes you laugh, and she leaves you wondering how she somehow managed to take over your life again. You have a gift for making the ordinary feel like a story worth telling. Whether you're laughing in the kitchen, making chocolates for Sutton Foster, singing at full volume, or retelling a memory that absolutely did not happen the way that you remember it, you turn moments into magic. And beneath all the glitter, chaos, and theatre kid energy, you have a strength that is quiet and steady. You know who you are, and you live life with conviction. Brave enough to dream boldly, and stubborn enough to make those dreams real. I am endlessly proud of the woman you are. Your artistry, your warmth, your humour, your fire. You are brilliant, messy, emotional, generous, and profoundly loving. A symphony of contradictions that somehow make perfect sense. You have sat with me through the darkest moments of my life, fed me Maccas when I needed to breathe, and shouted at the universe on my behalf. You've loved me through grief, growth, meltdowns, milestones, and the ongoing fucking master's trauma. For those of you that don't know, I am nearly through with my master's in clinical psychology. Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you. And yes, I have been psychoanalyzing the shit out of every single one of you. And yes, for $100, I will tell you if you present with a diagnosable mental health condition or if you're just a fucking asshole. No Medicare rebates available, sorry. I'll talk about Sam now. Samuel Bliss, when you came along with that magnificent mane of hair and suspiciously calm energy, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, how is this outrageously chill, patient, and relaxed man going to compete with this absolute tornado of a woman? And how is my girl going to handle all that fucking hair? Just an update on that, she's absolutely not okay with the hair. We'll routinely speak on the phone and I'll hear, what's that? Oh, it's Sam's fucking hair in the bed again. I've got to wash the sheets again. But hey, for better or for worse, am I right? But I think what I really thought when I first met Sam was, how is anyone going to be good enough for our feral theatre girl? But then I watched and I saw the way that you loved my best friend in the way that she deserves, fiercely yet gently, always honouring her spirit and embracing her fire without ever trying to dim it. Thank you for embracing her chaos, her brilliance, and occasional foul mouth. And thank you for welcoming me into your world, for laughing at my outrageous behaviour, and for not kicking me out when I come and go from your home as I please. FYI, Jodie and Serge, I still maintain legal rights to the spare bed in your house, and I will not hesitate to fight Lucy for it. You have been warned. Paris and Sam, when I look at you both, I see something really special. Two people who are completely themselves and somehow even better together. You bring out the best in each other. Paris, your fire meets Sam's calm. Sam, your kindness meets her storm. Together, you've found that rare balance of love that feels both wild and safe. And for those of us that are lucky enough to be a part of your lives, we get to witness it. You two have built something real. Not perfect, not polished, but real. The kind of love that lasts, that makes the hard days softer and the good days unforgettable. So here's to you both, to a marriage full of laughter, messy kitchens, late night dances, and the kind of love that never stops feeling like home. I love you both so much. Congratulations, my beautifully iconic and outrageously slay friends. Love you both. Cheers.
I'm Cody, this is Matt, and we're just going to give a few little words for the lovely couple.
And that is a real emphasis on a few words, as you don't get a day as beautiful as today without a strict timeline that must be followed to the minute. We will do our best to stick to our allotted 12 seconds. Apologies if we run a little overtime. Might be the best for you, Sam. We won't spend too long embarrassing you.
I would like to take a quick moment to acknowledge what an amazing wedding this is. You know, you can see how much effort and how much of your personality is involved in this wedding, Paris. It's really just an amazing thing. So really great job. It's just so much time and effort has gone into this. And Sam, thanks for coming.
We both met Sam and Paris in high school before they were even a couple. After sharing a class in Year 7, Cody and I fell into a close friendship with Sam.
I also shared a media class with Sam and Paris, where some very questionable short films were made. Luckily, there's no projector, so we won't be able to see them. But there was one fun little project we got to work on where I made some movie posters, where Sam luckily got to cross-dress as Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction.
I had the pleasure of also spending a lot of time with Sam outside of school, where we shared a part-time job for almost 5 years, slicing up sandwich meats in the local Coles deli. Prior to that though, in our endeavour for some part-time cash, many of our friends decided to give footy umpiring a go in the local comp. Not wanting to be left out, Sam also joined, and despite his severe lack of sports knowledge, and I'm sorry to say it, but general sporting ability, he decided to join along. To put it into perspective, not long prior, Sam had displayed his lack of sporting prowess when we spent a PE lesson giving the game of golf a go. With the elegance of a baby giraffe learning how to walk, Sam took a big swing with his driver. He completely missed the ball on the follow-through. The club went sailing past a group of 15-year-olds' heads and directly into the tree next to us. None of this stopped him, though, from pursuing the challenges of umpiring local footy, and after a few training sessions, he was set free to umpire a keen pack of under-9s, who knew more about the game than he will ever know. Anticipating the shit show that would no doubt ensue, a couple of us decided to come provide our mate with some moral support. Prior to the game, Sam did inform us that he had to clarify that it is definitely a goal when it goes between the big sticks. Needless to say, I've never seen parents of under-9s footy, in which tackling isn't even allowed, get so animated about the horrendous officiating on display. The highlight being when the ball was launched high in the air, and for no apparent reason, even to himself, Sam blew his whistle. The entire field stopped and looked at him, Wondering what they were all staring for, Sam panicked, made a few random gestures that are definitely not in the umpiring handbook, then signalled them all to play on, and the carnage continued. The anger of the parents turned to sympathy, as rather than coaching his team, one of the coaches spent a good chunk of the halftime break consoling and mentoring Sam on the rules of the game.
As we said earlier, we've known the couple for such a long time. It's been an absolute pleasure knowing you two and growing up together. You are our dearest friends. It makes us happy seeing you two together and supporting each other. We look forward to watching you two grow up, both personally and professionally. Paris, you in the entertainment industry, and Sam as a Josh Peck lookalike. Seriously, we wish you guys the best of luck. You are two very special individuals, so a nice big cheers to Sam and Paris.
And we just wanted to take a few moments to say a few words. We really want to thank everyone for being here and taking the time out of your busy lives to celebrate. It really does mean the world to us to have everyone we love in one room on this very special night. You're all here for a reason, whether you've been in our lives from day one or you joined the ride along the way. We couldn't picture this day without our favourite faces.
Yes, even you, Gavin.
We have so many friends that have travelled from Perth, Brisbane, Sydney.
Even Numurkah, even Shepparton.
And the effort you've made means the world to us. Without this sounding too much like my future Academy Award acceptance speech, there are a few people that we would like to thank. We want to say a massive thank you to all of our vendors for getting this day up and running, and one very specific thank you to Jenny, Super Chick. She's been sewing, creating, fixing, hemming since January, probably 2023, 22. And her answer is always, what's next? The job would be done the next day. We're so incredibly grateful for all your hard work and the many cups of tea shared along the way. Now, our lovely bridal party, what a good-looking bunch. Toby, you were forced into a friendship with me. I quite literally paid you to be friends with me when I hired you as an actor. And I think you're still keeping up the act today. I just can't prove it. Either way, I am beyond thrilled that you stuck around, and I love you and our goldfish Greg very much. Clary, we've only known each other for a short time, but it feels like kismet. You've become such a huge part of my life so quickly, and I'm so grateful for your friendship, warmth, and the light you bring into every room. Triana, you're the sister I never had, one of my dearest friends. Oh, tears already, stop. One of my dearest friends and one of the kindest souls I've ever known. And if I ever got into a fight, you'd be my first phone call because according to Instagram, you can lift 10,000 gorillas. Yeah! Brayden, my longest and dearest friend, you know all there is to know about me, and somehow you are still here. From our hairspray days to now, you've seen it all. You've been there through every version of me, the dramatic, the chaotic, and the utterly ridiculous, and you've loved me through every one of them. Michael and Diff, oh God. The world's best brothers a girl could ask for. You're not that good. Stop. My bandmates, my confidants, my business partners, my first heroes and best friends. Michael, thank you for grooming me to be the heir to the throne, the caravan queen. You've always been the one I can laugh with, vent to, or say the most outrageous shit with. You keep me laughing, you keep me grounded, and I know I always have a place to land with you. And maybe this isn't the best moment to mention it, but I probably should tell you that I actually want to be an actress. But we can talk about that on Monday. Diff, you're the heart on your sleeve big brother everyone dreams of. You're always there for a good chat, ready with thoughtful advice or a quiet reminder of what really matters. You bring warmth, wisdom to every moment, the calm voice when things get loud. Between the two of you, I've had every kind of brother and friend a girl could need. One to make me laugh, one to help me think, and both to have my back no matter what.
All right, time for the boys. You really didn't do jack shit in getting today ready, let's be honest, because Paris was all over that. But here they are anyway, and they look pretty good. So I'll say a few words about them. Hold it for a second. Mr. Komar, Lawrence Komar, my work husband. Thanks for changing the world with me at SMC. God bless you. Maddie Harris, Maverick, the ideal son, according to all of our mums at least. And of course, one of my closest mates. Cody, chef, Mr. Olympia. Feast your eyes, everybody. This is a man who takes the human body and culinary experiences to the absolute limit. An inspiring bloke and the most hospitable of hosts. Lucky none. Every good story needs a villain. Bosh. One of my dearest friends. I hope the Roos can snag a wild card final spot for your sake, my friend. And of course, the best man, my big bro. An elusive man, hard to pin down, yacht rock aficionado, and of course, my first ever best friend.
Silly mum and silly dad. This was probably the hardest part to write, because how do you put into words what you two mean to us? No words have the power or even come close to expressing just how incredible you two are, as people and as parents. I could stand here all night and still not even skim the surface. Silly dad. Truly the silliest of dads. You make life fun in the best and weirdest ways, whether it's a 5 a.m. song about our dog Boo, or coming home with plastic fishing rods so we can fish over dinner. You're always finding ways to make us laugh. You're incredibly generous, creative, and you've built a life and legacy like no other. Proud would be an understatement of how we feel about everything you've achieved. But despite every award and success, your greatest achievement will always be being the greatest dad. And nonno. Silly mum, the Lorelei to my Rory. This is the woman who would drive to Williamstown 2 or 3 nights a week and sit out front while I would rehearse Peter Pan. The woman who took me to every singing lesson, every acting class, every dance class, all so I could grow up to be a strong mover who sells caravans. Thank you. My mum is one of the most selfless people I've ever met. She would sacrifice anything for us, well, mostly me because I'm the favourite. She is my absolute best friend, my first phone call, and usually my second, third, fourth and fifth. My mum is my anchor and the woman who has shaped so much of who I am. If I turn out anything like you, even half the woman you are, I'd consider my life a successful one. My parents would go to the ends of the earth for us. They're our loudest fans, our fiercest defenders, and the most unwavering support system anyone could ask for. They've always seen what I can be and refused to let me settle for anything less. Sam and I are so grateful, not just for everything you've given us, but for the way you've embraced Sam with full force, as if he's always been a part of the family. Thank you for your love, your example, and for helping us create this perfect day. We truly can't thank you enough. To my amazing in-laws, I just have to wipe my nose, that's so gross. Well, I'm not going to shit on the stage, so...
The book is here.
Also, there's so many more details that are layered and they make sense, but anyway, you can chat later. To my amazing in-laws, John and Fiona, from the very beginning, you've always been so accepting and so full of love. You have welcomed me into your family with open arms, and I honestly couldn't have asked for better in-laws if I tried. We always have the best time at pizza night with so much laughter, stories, and that perfect mix of chaos and comfort that makes it feel like home. John, you are one of the funniest people I know. You have this quick wit that keeps everyone laughing and a warmth that makes everyone feel like they belong. And Fiona, you are so incredibly kind-hearted. You're thoughtful, generous, and have this quiet strength that we really admire. Thank you both for raising the man of my dreams, for loving him so beautifully, and for welcoming me into the fold as one of your own. I feel so lucky to be part of your family.
I suppose I should thank my mum and dad too. Fiona. Sorry, I call them Fiona and John a lot. I don't know. Mum, you've worked extremely hard to give Josh and I the life we had growing up. Even though you've always done an awful lot of schoolwork for a PE teacher, but still always made time for us. I always look forward to the next Mummy and Sammy day when I was little. Despite your ludicrous working hours, I decided to become a teacher just like my mum. Maybe it's because the absolute landslide of gifts the kids give you every year is a testament to the loving, kind-hearted and gentle mother you are. You love reminding me that when I was little, I'd always say, one sec. I want to marry someone just like my mum. And I'm so glad, in spite of that high bar you set, you welcomed Paris into our family with so much love. All right, now for the old man. All right, I'm not emotional anymore. John isn't like most dads. He was never really a kick the footy in the backyard kind of guy. He was more of a ready, steady, cook in the couch kind of dad. But I suppose it takes... or maybe Huey's cooking adventures, you know. Iron Chef. He knows all the fruits and all the vegetables for Iron Chef. I think it takes becoming a man to really enjoy the paternal wisdom that John has to offer. You know, smoking meats, hitting golf balls, drinking red wine. No one makes Paris and I laugh like JB. And Mum has always said she did fall in love with his sense of humour. She tells us he also used to be pretty good looking as well. Now for the wonderful Valentinos. Sergio, you might think that asking an Italian father for blessing to marry his daughter would be scary. But when I asked Serge, he just laughed and said, "Are you sure?" Sergio is a man I have watched perform astronomical feats of selflessness and generosity while also having the most fun a man can have raising a beautiful family. So thank you, Serge. Silly mum, Jodie. She's the only person who will drive to 8 different Kmarts across the northern suburbs to find you that pie maker you once mentioned you'd fancied months ago. Jodie is an inspiring woman who will do anything for her people, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that love. Thank you, Jodie and Serge, for welcoming me so warmly into your family and for raising the most beautiful bride of my dreams.
Now, typically, this is the part where couples head into their first dance, but that is my worst nightmare. As previously mentioned, strong mover, not a dancer first. So, with that in mind, Sam and I often find ourselves at the piano. Well, Sam finds himself at the piano while I force him to play for every single audition for 3 hours, no breaks. He's not paid either. Music has always been such a huge part of who we are, both individually and together. So like any good performers, we've decided to skip the first dance and do a first song instead. Come away with me in the night. Come away with me, and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can tempt us with their lies. And I want to walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee-high. So won't you try to come away with me, and we'll kiss on a mountain top. Come away with me, and I'll never stop loving you. And I want to wake to come away with me in the night. Come away